No, I think that article, especially just the title of it, just sums everything up. Yeah, just generally, but obviously the best year the women's team have ever had, and obviously delighted to be a part of that. And then it had those qualifiers, which again, generally I don't think we've ever played better. And now, literally nothing until potentially the next qualifier, and it's lucky that we're hopefully still good.
And there was, I believe, with both Pakistan are coming to play Ireland, aren't they? And I think that's in August for some T20s. We've seen West Indies women here. They've been, being honest, taking a bit of a hammering by England over the both formats, despite Hayley Matthews continuing to show that she's one of the very best players in the world. But there just wasn't the ability to find a way to get games against either of them. Swept around the corner. There's protection there. Lamachani does well. Are you almost calling for a benefactor, or how could it change without? Because certainly for the moment, with the things working in 4 and then 8 year cycles for the ICC, the funding model is not going to change overnight. There has been lots of talk about it, and I think lots of openness. Oh, Bolden and Rajbanshi has Charlie Tier just been getting caught a little bit over the last few minutes. It's rare you'll keep Rajbanshi out of the game, and all of their spin bowling options have worked together to build up that breakthrough. They desperately needed it, Nepal. That third wicket partnership was continuing to build. Beautiful piece of bowling, Craig.
Yeah, no, actually, just watching the replay now.
Drift. It's drift.
Yeah.
It's a classic left-arm spinner's dismissal, isn't it? Just drifted and angled in. Might have flicked the pad on the way through.
Yeah, just drifted in, flicked the pad on the way through, but I think definitely done them with the skid on, especially these wickets. Generally, if they're fresher, do tend to skid on with the spin.
Well, a wonderful... knock. It's another 50 for Charlie Tier. His time will come for the big set. Teams. So, okay, you're not going to have many games in your home summer. No games as of right now to build up to it. But surely that expansion to 12 teams, that gives you a real... You qualified the last time for a 10-team World Cup. There'll be a pressured situation, all these qualifiers are, but that's got to be absolutely the goal for January.
Oh, no, absolutely. We would definitely be wanting to qualify. I think we are fortunate. The ICC are definitely in talks of putting on an emerging trophy T20 tournament in November for all the associates, which will be excellent. That'll be really good prep for us.
Would that be in the T20 format then?
T20, yeah.
Yeah, I have heard a few rumours of that as well. I think there's also an acceptance that, you know, with the strong push for equality across all levels in the ICC, that there is I know that Scotland would have loved to have been in the ICC Women's Championship. That's gone Zimbabwe's way. It's a thing for another. Day's discussion, but there is an acceptance that
isn't a qualifier, so you can actually kind of play cricket without that good pressure and really build towards a qualifier. So hopefully that trophy is good.
Introduce some of the kind of younger players into the team, give them their opportunity. On the other positive side, that 12-team Women's T20 World Cup next year, that's going to be in England. You're probably you're younger than me, I think, but you'll certainly have remembered Scotland men going to the 1999 World Cup. What sort of age were you then?
Only 9, to be fair.
Do you remember it? Was that a thing? Do you remember? Hold on, there's a World Cup just down south of the border, and Scotland are playing cricket on the TV for the first time.
No, absolutely. And to be fair, we chat at length, kind of as a squad, about this World Cup, and it's it's almost a home World Cup for us in terms of how many players we've got playing in England. So it's definitely going to do our best to qualify, but I'm very, very aware that we don't have any fixtures, and all the other teams seem to have fixtures. Like Holland are playing against USA, like Thailand are playing games. So we're going to have to work really hard in the next few months to make sure we're ready for that qualifiers, because I've said it all the time that the qualifiers are hard. They're absolute dogfights, and teams are going to catch us up. Yes, we qualify for the last one, but we aren't going to be played as much cricket as the other teams in that time. So hopefully that we can still be ready.
And there's never a guarantee, is there, at any of these qualifiers? You're rightly saying, well, Scottish cricket and heartbreak at global qualifiers is almost a story as old as time. 2018, 2023 in particular for the men. Again, just trying to focus on some of the positive. I'm absolutely hearing what you're saying, Craig, and our thoughts. I know our thoughts to the viewers. For anyone who wants to get a message into Craig, please do drop that in now using hashtag CWCL2, and you ask me directly at Cricket Badge Andrew Leonard. I'll try and get a couple of those questions quickly to Craig, as Depender Singh Hari does everything so fast it's hard for us to get a word in edgeways around his overs. I timed an over of his once at 68 seconds.
68,
crazy. But on the positive side, that could be quite transformational if you can qualify for that Women's T20 World Cup next year. You think about, Leeds and Manchester in particular, only not that far south of the border, and then iconic grounds like Edgbaston, Bristol, Southampton, and then Lords in the Oval. Yeah. Do you? I know you want to focus on quality.
Be the coach's line and try and get there first. But I think if we were, I think we could definitely ruffle some feathers.
And I think people who know the women's game would agree with you.
I think so.
I think they would say, well, hold on, particularly in those conditions.
Yeah, I think so. And to be fair to the players, I'm actually more excited for them to actually play in front of their family and friends, and hopefully those people will get down to see us. And it is probably our only regret so far, the last World Cup in the UAE. I don't think we played as well as we could.
Reverse sweep, really effectively played by Finlay McCreath. I was told before he debuted he's got every shot in the book. He's really had a fantastic start to the international game, isn't he?
Yeah, he has. And I was listening to the commentary when Liam Sweeney was on, and he says to hit the ball down that hill. Not that Liam would know, but Finlay's obviously remembered that, because that is where the ball travels fastest. So he's made use of that well.
Doesn't it just? What about the Scottish women, the domestic game here? I know kind of the majority of your squad is actually playing down in England, kind of higher echelons, but is there a growth in the women's club game? And at youth levels, is there an appetite for the game to expand?
No, absolutely. I think it's quite a big part of my role now. Is obviously quite a lot of the girls are down in England, but it's given me a great chance to work with the best club cricketers in Scotland and the Scotland-based kind of squad. I think we've got an 8-team Premier League, of which the standard is improving a lot. I think especially in my 2 years here, it's improved incredibly amount, and there's probably 4 or 5 strong teams now. So that standard's getting ever better, and it's not a participation league anymore. The standard good enough to go and win games of cricket. And the most positive thing about women, especially in Scotland in cricket, are I think they're choosing cricket now, like the best athletes, and we're obviously competing with football and hockey and all other sports, but a lot of the young girls are choosing cricket. You can just see when they rock up the training, they're really athletic already, which is really encouraging.
It was a great campaign, I think, from the Cricket Scotland development team. I don't know, was it last year, a couple of years back, for train spotting fans? Not choose life, choose cricket. Yeah. Loved that, absolutely adored that. We're just going to keep you for a couple more hours because we are getting a few questions in. It's got Craig Wallace, the head coach of the Scotland women's team, of course, former men's international.